Hello and welcome to Kids Corner on Armstrong Channel 20. I'm Miss Krista and I'm so excited today to be at Canfield Hilltop Elementary School with Mrs. Foudy's and Mrs. Zett's kindergarten classes. Well, spring is definitely in the air and we're going to learn all about poppies today when we read Marcus Pfister's Avas Poppy. After that, we are going to make our very own Poppy magnets, and we're definitely going to make one to take home and one to share. I hope that you love our book and our craft, and if you would like Armstrong to come to your school, have a grown-up email us at channel20, that's channel20@agoc.com. Let's go see if our classes are ready. Well, you're in kindergarten, right? So I've never had the opportunity to meet you. Hello, my name is Miss Krista, and I work for Armstrong. And I work for one of the greatest companies because every Friday they let me come to different schools and read books and do crafts and have lots of fun with lots of bright young minds. That's what you are. You're the bright young minds because I know you're learning lots from Mrs. Foudy's and Mrs. Zett's, right? So I know that you both your classes just went over the weather, correct? Did you just go over the weather? Is it raining out?
No.
Is it snowing out? Yeah, it was snowing. Miss Krista had to walk from our warehouse back to our office and I got snow all in my hair. Is it sunny?
No.
Is it warm?
No.
Okay, so let's talk pretty soon. Is it going to be warm?
Yes.
Is it going to be sunny?
Yes.
One can only hope. Yeah, so pretty soon when the sun starts to come down and the earth starts to warm up, what happens? What are some things that you'll start doing and what are some things that you'll start seeing? Yes, my friend. Playing outside?
Having fun.
Having fun in the pool, absolutely.
Go swimming.
Go swimming.
The trees.
The trees, the trees will start to bud leaves, right?
Go riding with your friend on your bike.
Riding your bicycle with your friends?
Seeing flowers.
Seeing flowers. What about you, Matryoshka? Yep, you. Yeah.
Flying kites.
Flying kites.
Climbing trees.
Climbing trees.
You'll see flowers.
You'll see flowers, good. Stripey, yep.
You could climb trees.
Oh, climbing trees. I love to climb trees. What about you?
Josh said you can play.
Oh, that's a good one, yep. What about you?
Jump
Smiley.
in the pool.
Jumping in the pool.
And give a wet until you finally get soggy.
I love that. What about you?
Having play dates.
Having play dates. What about you?
You can see birds.
Oh, you'll start to see birds. That's a good one. They'll start chirping outside your window. What about you in the back? Yep.
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk. That's a great one. And what about you behind him?
Go eat ice cream.
Oh, go eat ice cream. Oh, Miss Krista did that last night. What about you all the way in the back? I see that little hand up. Yep.
You can go play with your dog.
Oh, you can play with your dog. I love that. And what about our friend behind you? Oh, that's a good one. And what about you?
Climbing trees.
Climbing trees. You guys like to climb, huh?
Yeah.
What about you, Dinosaur Rocks? Play outside. What about you?
Go on vacation.
Oh, you go on vacation. You have some great ideas. You know what nobody mentioned, which is fantastic? Nobody said watch too much TV or play too much Xbox, right? Well, those are fun things to do, but a lot of you mentioned going outside. When it gets warm out, we all want to go outside, right? What does the air smell like when you go outside? Think when it's warm, when it starts to get warm and things start to blossom. What does then you're taking that first deep breath? What does it smell like outside?
Flowers.
It smells like flowers. What else?
Grass.
Grass, you're right. What else?
Trees.
Trees.
Grass.
Grass.
Fresh air.
Fresh air. That's right.
Fresh air.
Fresh air. What about you?
Summer.
It smells like summer. What about you?
Flowers.
Flowers. What about you?
It smells good.
It does smell good. What about you?
It smell of your coaster of bees or honey.
Oh, that's true. It could smell like honey. I love honey. What about you? Pardon? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. What about you?
Playing tag.
Oh, I love love that. And you know what else? When you're playing tag and you're running around, do you know what I love? Like, do you know how it'll start raining a lot?
Yeah.
So that the flowers can grow? It smells like dirt outside. It has that awesome wet dirt smell. Like, well, I am so happy that you are ready for spring, because so am I. And that is why we are going to read a book today about flowers. And not a book like, this is how a flower is made. And flowers are great, because we all know that, right? Flowers are great. We love flowers. We know that flowers mean the spring is coming and that we're ready to go outside and have fun. We are going to read a book, a wonderful book, I'm going to leave my craft right there, called Avas Poppy. Who's ever heard of a poppy flower? Have you heard of a poppy flower? Oh, that's wonderful. A lot of you have. Poppy flowers give us something called poppy seeds. Have you heard of poppy seeds?
No.
Oh, you've never heard of it. Sometimes poppy seeds are used in cooking and baking. Poppy seeds, like poppy seed bagels, and sometimes kolache has poppy seeds in it, huh? So we like to eat poppy seeds. You can eat them, sort of like you can eat sesame seeds, like the little ones that come on the buns at Arby's. Yep.
I love Arby's.
Those, yeah, they're not poppy seeds, those are sesame seeds. But poppy seeds are sort of like that, where you can use them in cooking.
Her name's Ava.
Your name's Ava! Holy cow, are we reading this book about you? We might be. Did you know you were in a book? This is awesome. I mean, they didn't have a book called Miss Krista's Poppy. They had one called Avas Poppy. Well, we will have to write to Marcus Pfister, the author of this book, and tell him thank you, because we have a kid right in this class named Ava. Yeah.
He has a horse named Poppy too.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you? This is just freaking me out. So your name is Ava and you have a horse named Poppy. That is the funniest thing in the world. Oh my goodness. Remember, when you get your grown-up teeth in, what do? Make sure that you brush very well. Yeah, you want to hold on to those grown-up ones. You don't want those ones to come out. No, you won't get more. You got to hold on to them for a long time. Avas Poppy by Marcus Pfister. Every morning, Ava crossed the field in front of her house. One day, she found a poppy. "You're very beautiful," said Ava. "Please, can I be your friend?" Have you ever talked to plants? No? If you talk to plants, it helps them grow. Ava visited her flower every day, and every day she found it right away. It stood out in the field, a lovely shining red. Its petals were very soft, and sometimes they moved gently in the breeze. Together, Ava and her poppy would look up at the sky. Ava was always there for her friend. She protected it from the cold wind. She gave it water when the earth was dry. And she put up her umbrella when it rained too hard. Ava looked after her friend with tender, loving care. But then the flower began to lose its petals. Ava was sad. Only the round capsule was still there, shining fresh and green. But soon that too became brown and dry. Ava dug a hole, laid the capsule inside, and covered it with earth. "Goodbye, dear Poppy," whispered Ava. She felt like she lost her friend, huh? Ava made a circle of stones to remind her where the flower once stood. Then winter came. Ava often thought of her friend. The snow would certainly have been too cold for my flower, she said to herself. In the spring, Ava went back to her stone circle. And there, she made a wonderful discovery. In the center of the circle, a tender little plant was reaching up toward the sky. And now look at her garden. The end. As you can tell, I got this book from the library. See the library sticker right there? And you can get a book just like this at the Canfield Library. And all kinds of different books. I get all my books from the library. So, what did you learn? What did you learn in the red? Yep, that's you.
On the book, it said Marcus, and I have a brother named Marcus.
Are you kidding me? Don't tell me somebody else who has the last name of Pfister. Anybody? This is just freaking my eyeballs out, as one of my kids would say.
Flowers die.
Flowers do die, but...
I do.
You do?
I'm joking.
Oh, yeah, whew. I hope not anytime soon. I mean, for heaven's sake, you just lost your teeth. Flowers die, but then what happens?
They grow back.
They grow back. Oh, my goodness, jinx. I think I heard like 8 people say that at once. That was awesome. Flowers grow back, so even though we have to go through winter every single year, and we get to have fun in the snow for a while, and then 8 months later, when winter's still going on, we start to get a little itchy for spring, right? Yeah. But then what happens? Spring. Spring always comes. And then you can play and play and play, and spring will always come. It'll come every year, and every year you'll just be a little bit older, right? Well, I like to make things. I hope that's okay. I hope that you like to make things too. So I made this in my office this morning. It's for Mr. Gregg's wife, Mrs. Jill, for her to put up on her fridge, to put all of their kids' artwork on it. I'm going to put up their picture, along with my kids and my dog, in this Poppy magnet that I'm going to make for myself, because this one is for Mrs. Jill. Look at the magnet on the back, and you can hang this right on your fridge. And guess what? You're going to make these. And guess what else? These are just from tissue paper. And guess what else third? You're going to make 2 of them. And that way, you can keep one, and you can give one as a present. Because it's always, you know what? Moms and dads, though they love it when their kids buy them stuff, you know, like for their birthdays or for Mother's Day or Father's Day, moms and dads really like it when their kids make them stuff. They really do. So there's a lot of exciting stuff in front of you, right? And that's what you're going to use to make your very own Poppy magnet. So what you have in front of you is, you'll see it's in a paper clip. And it looks like this. Okay, you have that in front of you. Those are your flower petals. And I'm going to show you what to do in just a second. How I got this, I started with this. And how I started with this, these are 5 tissue paper circles, is from this. Who's seen tissue paper before? Like maybe you saw it in a present, right? In a gift bag. Moms and dads put it in gift bags. I cut out circles, and guess what I used? This. I used a margarine tub. I mean, I buttered my toast first, and then I cleaned it all out, and I used a margarine tub. But I put that right on there, and I made circles. And then I just used very carefully a pair of scissors to cut out all of the circles. So if we're doing this at home, make sure mom and dads help you with this part, because we don't want anybody to get hurt with scissors. After that, I ended up with circles. And to make what's in front of you, I folded them in half, and then I folded them again. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to cut out, I'm going to use my margarine tub now as a little trash container. I cut the corners off, cut the corner, and then when I open them up, I have petals. And now what you are going to do with your petals is something very important. It's probably the most important part of the craft. Are you ready? You can take off your paper clip. You may open them up, and then guess what you're going to do? Are you ready? Are you watching? You know why? Because then when you open them back up, there's no such thing as a perfectly flat flower. They have depth to them. You'll be able to turn them around and around, and they'll start to look more like petals. So you actually have to mush them up, and then you have to flatten them back out. After you do that, Mrs. Fouty, Mrs. Zetz, and I are going to come around, and we are going to put a staple right in the middle. Are you watching? After you mush them up, we're going to staple them in the middle. And then you, my friends, are going to glue them right into the middle of this lid. This is just a pop lid. This is just a lid that I got at any restaurant supply store. I got this one at GFS. We're going to glue them right in the middle. And then we're going to put your black dot on top, and we're going to come around and help you. I know I'm giving you a lot of steps at once. You don't need to memorize. We'll glue a black dot on top, and we will put a sticker magnet on the back. Okay? So we're going to come around and help you. No worries here, kids. No worries at all. You go ahead and start crumpling, and we'll come around and start stapling. So I am going to give each of you a bag to put your name on and decorate. And that will be your gift bag to take them home, okay? Good? Well, I had so much fun today at Canfield Hilltop Elementary School with Mrs. Foudy's and Mrs. Zett's kindergarten classes. We read Avas Poppy, and guess what? There's a kid in this class named Ava who has a horse named Poppy. And this book is by Marcus Pfister. After that, we made our very own Poppy magnets just using tissue paper, lots of glue, a plastic lid, and a magnet. I hope that you love our book and our craft. And if you would like Armstrong to come to your school, have a grown-up email us at channel20, that's channel20@agoc.com. This is Miss Krista and Mrs. Foudy for Kids Corner on Armstrong Channel 20. I hope you have a fantastic day.